Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lee, and I am here to present to you my Uberhood in The Sims 2. Of course, here you can see my Sims 2 game, and it is a pretty old game. Sims 2 recently just turned 18 years old, but it is my favorite Sims of all the Sims games that have come out, and I've been playing Sims since the first game. I'm 29 years old, I'm living in Germany, which is why you will notice a slight accent, but I'm trying to convey what I want to tell you in English in the best way possible, so hopefully I will not get hung up on too many mistakes along the way, but anyway, it should be fine. You should understand what I'm saying. It's not that bad. I'm not humble bragging. I just want to make clear that yes, I do have an accent. It is German. And if I say a wrong word from time to time, it is what it is. I am just talking as I'm getting along. So, first of all, what is an Uberhood? An Uberhood is a hood that has all pre-made neighborhoods combined. Also, the shopping district, Blue Water Village, and the universities, La Fiesta Tech, Sim State University, and what's the third one? Academy Les Tours. We have a lot of Sims in here, and it will be a lot more Sims because I'm a little weird. I do play the Sims a little weirdly, and I did something insane. You will see what I mean when I explain the different families in this neighborhood. In the first episode, I'm going to explain to you my setup, and I'll show you the Sims that I have in Pleasantview currently. So, my setup is the following. I have a custom life stage. I edited the life stages in SimPE and have a file that has adjusted all the ages of the Sims. So that means that one Sim day equals half a year in the lifespan, and I also adjusted the lifespans. Sims will turn into adults when they completed 40 days or 20 years of life. So, in between those 40 days, the different life stages are adjusted as well. Because in my book, teenagers were teenagers for way too long. Someone explained it in a YouTube video. I will try to link it when I find it. That teenagers turn to adults when they're 26 years old. I have been working fully for 4 years then. So I started my internship at 19, I was done at 22. And 4 years after that, in the Sims world, I would have turned into an adult. It is a little bit insane, so I adjusted that. So it makes more sense to me in my book. I also use autonomous casual romance, which spices up the romantic interactions between Sims a little bit. And I have a hide mod, which you will see when we go into one of the families. Not this episode, but a few episodes after that. Is there anything else to say? Oh, yes, I have teenage pregnancy, which happened, I believe, 2 times so far. And since all the families are crammed in an Uberhood, some strange pairings can happen. They haven't done it yet, because ACR has a talent to pick exactly the most boring and basic pairings that there are, but whatever. It will be fine, especially in the second generation to come. So, anything else to say? Oh yeah, the crazy idea that I have. I am a moderator in a Sims 2 Discord, and we have this game that is very popular amongst Simmers, especially Sims 2. Guess the Parents. Guess the Parents is a game where they will present you a Sim that was born in-game, and you, as the name says, have to guess the parents, because mostly we know the pre-mates, we also know the townies, so it is doable to guess what parents produced that child. And our running gag is, if we don't know who the father could be, it usually is Don Lothario, and funny enough, mostly that is true. So, I am doing a thing where all the Sims, all the adult Sims, give birth to a child of Don Lothario. It is stupid, I know. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Just for shits and giggles. It is stupid. It will completely wreck my genetic diversity of this neighborhood. I don't care. I will deal with it later. I'll probably add a few Sims from Create a Sim or Body Shop and therefore fix that problem. It will be a shit ton of Sims. I will go insane with how long my rounds will be. But it is what I signed up for. The problem with that, though, is that I have a mod that gives Sims the ability to give birth to up to quadruplets. And Don has a great talent to have Sims give birth to at least twins most of the time, and I'm going insane. So that is the case in which I will cheat motions. I never cheat for money, I never cheat for furniture, I never cheat their careers. But this is the exception. So I cheat to get the Sims pregnant by Dawn, and I cheat if they have too many babies to not have them starve because they have too many babies. I also have pregnancy for all. Pregnancy for all makes it so that male Sims can get pregnant. Not only from aliens, but also from other Sims. And I have, in ACR, I have a ratio of 1/3 each for straight, bisexual, and gays. The thing that I abstain from is changing the sexualities of the pre-made Sims. So it will come into full effect for the next generation. It will be fun. It will be fun. So that is also one reason why I have pregnancy for all enabled, because otherwise all the gay Sims would have to adopt, and I don't really care that much about reality in Sims, and I want to have genetically correct Sim babies for all my Sims. So yeah, that's why I did it. It doesn't have to make sense. It is Sims. It doesn't have to make sense. Sims is batshit insane, so I'll stick with that. Anyways, I believe that it is enough for the setup. Now I'm going to present to you the Sims that are currently living in Pleasantview. I had one setup round of a day just to get through, you know, the scenarios and to get everything up in motion. So that is half a year. Then I started to play through one season, and then I realized one season is making things difficult, so I'll play through a week. So first round was 2.5 years, and the second round is 3.5 years, so 7 days. Which means that once this round is done, we have 1 day plus 2.5 days plus 3.5 days, which is 13 days or 6.5 years. So 6.5 years have passed in Pleasantview because I finished my second round in Pleasantview already. And a lot can happen in 6.5 years. I'm going to show you now. Let's start with our beloved Goth family. Hello! And as you can see, in this template, Bella is back. So she was a townie in Pleasantview. It is the Pleasantview Bella. There are two different versions of Bella. One Strange Town Bella and one Pleasantview Bella. And the Strange Town Bella looked a little bit different. But this is the Pleasantview Bella. The one that was allegedly abducted. And she's back. She moved back in with Mortimer. She had 2 children with him, twins. 2 more children with him. Odette and Nathaniel. And this is the first product of the Dawn baby boom, as I will call it from now on. This is Pedro. She's the only Sim in Pleasantview who has been affected by the Dawn baby boom yet, because I wasn't sure yet if I wanted to do it. But now I decided that yes, I wanted to do it. Yeah. So, here we have Pedro, Odette, and Nathaniel. And of course, Alexander grew up to be a teenager, and he got the fortune aspiration because he has a hidden fortune token. So that means that the developers most likely decided that he will have a fortune aspiration when he grows up. You don't have to stick with that. I did. And I think it's very fitting for him. So, there we go. Alexander does not have a girlfriend yet, if I remember correctly. Because, you know, ACR also deals with the Sims that you do not play at the moment if you're in community lots, and sometimes I miss a few things. Anyway, Alexander is a teenager, and Bella is younger than Cassandra, and some people have the headcanon that maybe it is because of the experiments that the aliens did to Bella, or maybe because she drank a lot of a shit ton of elixir of life. So maybe we'll stick with that. I did not adjust her age. She is younger than Bella, but not naturally. Probably. So that is it for the Goths. And you see, Cassandra does not live here because she lives here. And that is not done. I have a lot of custom content, so maybe you'll be confused about the looks of some Sims, but I'll explain it to you who's who. And I just love custom content. I love the clay hairs. I do love the clay hairs. I also like alpha hairs. I will mix and match because, hey, different hair textures exist, so why not different hair textures such as clay hair and alpha hair? I do not care as long as it's pretty. So, Cassandra married Dawn. And then Dawn did the most typical thing that a lot of you have experienced yet if you have played Dawn and Cassandra and the premates of Pleasantview. I played Nina Caliente and Dawn was like, hey, wanna go out? And I naively thought, oh yeah, cool, yeah, take me to downtown. And he took all his lovers. Stupid Dawn, he's a doctor. How can he be so stupid? But yeah, he was found out because he kissed Nina in front of his pregnant wife. And all the other women were not amused as well. And Nina was like, I do not know what you're talking about. You're slapping him. This seems fun. I do not care. And then she threw him to the curb. She was contemplating whether or not she would forgive him, but there were so many women there. She was like, nah, no, Dawn. Fuck you. Go away. I did not plan for Cassandra and Darren to come to get together. But ACR just decided, yeah, nah, let's do it the most basic shit and have her fall in love with Darren. And that's what happened. They wanted to marry each other. And, I mean, Cassandra has a beautiful house. So Darren was like, all right, boy, Dirk, pack up, we are moving. As I said, when Dawn cheated on Cassandra right in front of her, she was pregnant and she gave birth to triplets. Queers are like Adonna and Salvador. I like to stick with the ethnic names for ethnic people since, you know, Cassandra through Bella is, at least I would guess, either part Italian or part Latina. People are not sure, really. And Don Lothario is Italian, so I chose ethnic names out of that corner. And after Cassandra and Darren married, they had a daughter named Tabitha. That is the little baby here. And I also styled Dirk a little bit. And he is the only Pleasantview pre-made teenie that is not going to college yet. He's the youngest of the four. But he will go next round. He will start next round. So where is Don? He's in downtown, so I'm not going to show him to you yet. You'll have to wait. Because he's in a different neighborhood. Let's go to Nina Caliente. And Nina Caliente did not take part in the Dawn baby boom, but regardless, she has a baby from Dawn, a love child called Emilia. And Emilia is very pretty. And Nina is working... Ooh! Where is she working? Is she working in either in the music industry or in the dancing industry? I believe she's a dancer, but I'm not completely sure. So yeah, Nina does not really have a lot of contact with Don. Sometimes she invites him over for a little woohoo, but other than that, it is fine. Don is very great with children, though. He loves children. Whenever he's in a household with a child, he is like playing with them and stuff. It's so cute. Yeah, that is it for Nina Caliente. Next, I would go to the Brokes, but the Brokes, they moved out. They moved to a different sub-neighborhood, so you will see them in a different episode. Here you can see the Hübschs. It's the German names. I started to play this Uberhood in German, then I switched over to English. Some names it adjusted, some names it didn't. It also didn't touch the household names of the households that I've played already. I could change that in SimPE. I know how that works, but I am too lazy. So that's the Pleasants. Well, that is, one Pleasant is still living there. The others are, well, that's a story. During my setup round, the one day that I used to set everything up, there was a storm, and a lightning bolt hit a tree, and Daniel and Mary Sue, they ran out and panicked, and I could not stop them. And they both died, because they were stupid. And Lilith picked up the ashes and threw them away. It sounds macabre. So Mary Sue and Daniel are dead, and Mary Sue never found out that Daniel was cheating on her. So that's an upside, maybe. But hey, not all was bad. So Herb and Odie moved in. They were in the bin, of course. They moved in to take care of Angela and Lilith. And Angela and Lilith, they actually got closer together because their abusive parents weren't there anymore to enable their toxic behaviors. What can I say? Herb and Oldie took... Herb and Oldie! Herb and Coral Oldie took good care of Lilith and Angela, and they treated them equally. They also adopted 2 boys, so Herb and Coral adopted 2 boys. Löwe, with the brown hair, and Alphonse, with the blonde hair. And, oh, they're so pretty. I love them so much. I can't wait to see them grow up. They're just so pretty. And then we have Fiona Pleasant. So that is one of the teenage pregnancies that I told you about. She is Angela's and Dustin's daughter. And this is where ACR had a hand in this. Yep, Angela got pregnant and gave birth. So both Angela and Dustin are currently in college. Herb and Coral encouraged that. Go to college so you can provide for your daughter and have a better life than the road you're on. And they will pick Fiona up once they're done with college. Yep, so a lot of drama happening already. So let's go over to the next big family. Kaylin Langerak moved to the Flophouse first, where she met the love of her life, Phil... How do you say his name? Yitmakusol? I have no idea. Usually I do not pair Sims up with the townies, but when I played Nina in the Flophouse, Kaylin had a different apartment, and she fell head over heels for Phil, and she was so in love. One of her lovers, Daniel, died, and she was devastated. And I wanted to give her a little bit of happiness, even though she's kind of a hypocrite for having 2 affairs at the same time with Dawn and Daniel. But now she realized she can be happy with one man, which is Phil. So this little boy you see on the right, that is Gavin. And Gavin is also a love child, and therefore not part of the Dawn baby boom with Kaylin. So she also found out that Dawn is a cheating dirtbag. Again, a little bit hypocritical from Kaylin, but, well, what can you do? And she said, no, I'm done with womenizers. And Phil was there, and it was just perfect. Love at first sight. They married. Phil moved in. He did not bring a lot of money, so it was not really that worth it. It was 10,000 simoleons. I hoped for a little bit more, but well. And then Kaylin got pregnant and gave birth to quadruplets. You see, the house is not that big. Why quadruplets? They made it work, however, so they're very happy. You can see in their aspiration meters. They're I don't know what's gotten into Adrian that he's so unhappy. Okay, I didn't say anything. Yeah, but it's difficult to take care of so many children. I just need to teach them how to walk and to talk, and then it will be fine. But overall, Kaylin and Phil are happy. They just wish they would have a little bit more money to buy a bigger house, but that's something that they can work on. That's something that they can work on, especially since Phil is a knowledge sim and he could take it pretty far in his career. So now I'm getting over here to the burbs. And usually the burbs are kind of boring to me. And well, I do like Lucy, but John and Jennifer are just kind of I don't know what to do with them. Maybe you guys have an idea. Because if I have an idea, then I'll just go with it, and I do not stick by the rules that strictly. So John and Jennifer are together. John is a family and romance sim, and the way I play family and romance sim is that they're hopeless romantics who want to find the soulmate, who stick with the partner through and through, and they will just give them heaven on earth. So this is how I play John, and Jennifer is a fortune and family sim. So it works out pretty well. They're pretty happy, even though they do not have that much money, but it's fine. Oh, and I also play with a text system similar to Pleasant Sims, but I tweaked a few things a little bit because some things didn't make sense. I'm a senior accountant, so I was like, some things don't add up here. So yeah, I tweaked it a little bit. I'm also working on an inheritance calculator because only the oldest child does get the house or something. What is this? Is this medieval? No, I will split. I will split everything. So yeah. Lucy's a teenager, still sticking with the pink and the yellow, which suits her pretty well. And then we have Hayden and Ben. And one cat whose name is Franco. I do believe Jennifer wanted to have that cat. So, where's Dina? Dina moved out as well. She is in a different neighborhood, and maybe you can guess. Just guess where Dina ended up. She's still alive. So, now we have Sims that moved into Pleasantview, because we cannot just have Sims move out of Pleasantview, we also have Sims moving in. This is Jared Starchild, and Jared Starchild was a university sim. He got kicked out of college because he was too bad. And now he's living in the flophouse of Pleasantview. He does have a boyfriend, and he has a baby on the way. And the boyfriend is still in college, and they will probably move in together once they're done with college, both. And probably they will lead a happy life. I mean, Jared is a family and pleasure sim, so there shouldn't be too much in the way. I love Jared. Jared is just fun and vibrant and a little bit of a stoner, and yeah, I really like Jared. And we have AJ Loner. Hi, AJ. And AJ, of course, is a pre-mate that was supposed to move into Strange Town, but I randomized it in which neighborhood he should move in, and it turned out he wanted to move into Pleasantview. However, or despite this, ACR decided to take the most basic pairing and paired him with Chloe's, I believe it was Chloe's singles. So they met in downtown and they just, yeah, fell in love. They flirted and fell in love. So not too much spicy stuff here, and I need to update this description anyway. But AJ is cute. I like him. Then we have Julian Cook, and as you can see, he's pregnant, not by aliens. Again, I have the pregnancy for all mod, so he is pregnant by another sim. He did not have a preference for male or female sims yet, so I randomized it, and it turned out that he had a preference for male sims, I believe. Or he's bi, but I do believe he's gay. And he's pregnant, so who is his lover? I will show you when I get to that. Of course, Julian Cook is working in the culinary career, and he's doing pretty well. Here we have Antonio Monti with his kids Beatrice and Benedict, and a lot of people really like Antonio Monti. Sure, of course, he has a great storyline. He is a widow with 2 young children that have aged up to teenagers in the last round. And I like him as well. I like him as well. He also has a relationship with another female sim who lives in Blue Water Village. And you will see when I get to play those families. And we have the biggest single household. Of course, combining all the households with the same family name. I think the Cubs and the Montes are the biggest families altogether. But this is the biggest household that I have. Of course, it's the Artemis. And there's another CC here that does not show up on Peter's head. Anyway. Nothing too unusual about the Artemis. They gave birth to their twins, despite the quadruplet mod that randomizes the number of children that a pregnant woman carries. But it turned out to be twins, which is awesome. And then they had another child. And their children that they were born in-game are Charlie, Dory, and Erica. Of course, Dory being named after the grandmother Dora. But nothing too dramatic happening yet, with Peter having a romance aspiration that could change. Romance and popularity, that could change. We will see. He has 2 bolts with Bella Goth, but honestly, I do not see it. Maybe he can win her over with his charm. Who knows? Then, last family in Pleasantview that we have here is the Cup family. Kent, Cornwall, and Reagan. And Cornwall and Reagan had triplets. So the mod is working well. And it was a lot of work. They also got very fitting, cap-fitting names. Fauntleroy, Grayson, and Holden. And then there's Kent. And Kent is Julian Cook's partner. So Julian Cook and Kent are having a baby. And they will move in together as soon as Kent is financially more stable. Because he did have a job. And then he lost it again. I guess that's the story of his life. And Cornwall and Kent really do not like each other. So Kent will move out as soon as possible to start his new life with Julian Cook and his baby. Hopefully one. We will see about that. Oh boy. Yeah. As you can see, a lot of families in Pleasantview and a lot more to come in the other neighborhoods. And I hope you enjoyed that episode, and we will see each other in the next neighborhood, which is Belladonna Cove. See you soon!